Welcome back to Birmingham Bulls hockey. On this fine Friday night in Pelham, Alabama, we're dodging thunderstorms and a carnival outside, but what promises to be an excellent hockey game, and definitely a very important hockey game tonight for both the Huntsville Havoc and the Birmingham Bulls. Tonight, it's a crucial 2-game and 2-night stretch for both of these teams. They're separated by 0.02 of a percentage point, and due to Vermilion County's absence, if you will, from the league, Birmingham will wind up playing one more game than Huntsville will. The Bulls will play 57 games, Huntsville 56, so the only fair way to decide playoffs and playoff seedings is by winning percentage. Hello again, everyone. I'm Jody Chernesky, and welcome to Birmingham Bulls hockey at the Pelham Civic Complex in Pelham, Alabama. With me, of course, once again, former Bulls goaltender Greg Dreveny. And counting tonight, Birmingham has a rough go at it the rest of the way. Counting tonight, that is, we have 2 games against Huntsville tonight and tomorrow. We have a pair against last place Macon, but 3 big games against Evansville as well, that is currently sitting in 4th place to end the season. Huntsville, on the other hand, a much easier road of things, as they'll play a pair against Macon as well as Quad City and Pensacola, and you're looking at the last 3 place teams in the league. Greg, it should be an interesting game tonight. You've played in them just like this. What's your thoughts coming into tonight on this game?
Well, Jody, we talked about it on the last broadcast a little bit, and looking at the difference, it's a rare situation when you look at the standings that Birmingham actually has 67 points compared to Huntsville's 66. But because of that win percentage rule with Vermilion County dropping out, the Bulls find themselves in 3rd place, like you said, by a couple hundredths of a percentage point. But that makes these 2 games, this is your road to the playoffs right here. And, you know, you mentioned coming in, you play Macon twice, you got Knoxville, some middle-of-the-tier teams. But for me, as a team coming down the stretch, I want to play good, hard hockey coming in up until playoffs. So the fact that Huntsville, they've got some, questionable games coming up with some lower-end teams, that's not always a positive coming in when you're looking to ramp it up coming into playoffs. I want to peak, and I want to roll right into playoffs, playing good, solid hockey.
Well, I was going to mention that. I mean, of course, it's much more difficult games playing against Huntsville and Evansville. But those 2 games Birmingham have with Macon, they could turn out to be just even more important. That's 4 points, 2 games. You got to take all 4 of those points.
Absolutely. And, Birmingham with Macon, even though Macon is at the bottom of the barrel, you talk about teams that just typically play well against certain teams. And Macon plays Birmingham hard. Whether it's there or whether it's here, it's always a good hockey game.
If you had your crystal ball out, is tonight a must-win for Birmingham?
I think for both teams, being as close as they are, this is where you want to create that separation from yourself, because these 2 teams should see each other at some point along the line in playoffs. And for Birmingham to come out, beat them here, go into Huntsville tomorrow night, beat them again. Now when you come into playoffs, you're getting rid of some of that phantom Huntsville, whether you want to call it drama, dynamic, whatever, where they've been in here the last 5 years and handled the Bulls pretty easily.
Well, I always have said, and I still believe this, you play hockey 1 shift, 1 period, 1 game at a time. It's hard not to look ahead sometimes, but more so than ever. This game tonight, I firmly believe Birmingham needs to take 3 out of 4 points, at the least 2 out of 4 split between them and Huntsville, just to maintain where we are to get into the last 5 games of the season. It's not going to be easy for both teams, and playoff seeding is so important. If you're in the top 2 in the league, you're much more or less guaranteed playoff home ice advantage, that is, at least until the finals. And this has been a building that's been good to Birmingham this season.
Well, and that's a scenario where you can pull all the plugs, pull all the quotes out of the book, whatever you want to do, but you might as well break it down and say playoff hockey starts tonight.
Well, it's definitely got that atmosphere, and talking to one of the Huntsville players before the game who used to play here, Casey Kozicki is the way he wanted me to pronounce it. He even said it as well on the bus ride down. You could tell it was a different type of mentality, different feel is the way he put it on the bus for Huntsville coming to Birmingham. But we'll pause for a few seconds here as the color guard comes out onto the ice, and we'll have our national anthem sung right after. We're about set for action here. Starting lineups for the Birmingham Bulls on defense. Taylor Brierly will be paired with Artur Turchev. Up front for the Bulls, Bear Jendenov will be in his 5th game as a Bull. Still trying to find his place. He'll kind of play on with different line mates tonight. He'll go with Jake Papalardo, who returns from the East Coast Hockey League, and Stefan Bricado, back from injury for Birmingham. For Huntsville on defense, Dominic Procopio will be paired with Samuel Hunter. And up front, Austin Martinson, Rob Derer, and Jordan Fader for the Havoc. Both goaltenders, Greg, tonight for Huntsville have never played against Birmingham. They've had some goaltender shuffling throughout the season. 6 different goaltenders have suited up for Huntsville, and it looks like they settled on 2 really good ones. They've kept Huntsville going right when it counts the most.
Well, at Millisek, he's been primarily up in the East Coast League this year. I know he's been down for some stints back and forth with Huntsville, but the fact that he's only appeared in 10 games this season, coming in 6 wins, 2 losses, really good goals against average, save percentage, the whole 9 yards. We all know Millisek from years past. He's going to come in. He's going to be on top of his game. And then on the Bulls side, Hayden Stewart coming in. He's coming off a shutout performance against Knoxville after being off for, 3.5 weeks with his injury. So I'm really looking forward to see what these 2 guys bring out tonight, and should be an exciting hockey game.
Hayden Stewart off the shutout a few nights ago off of his injury stint. Max Millisek, as you said, 6-2-0, a goals against of 1.68, save percentage of .933. It's going to be tough to get one past both of these goaltenders, and it should be a fun night. Huntsville takes the puck, sends it in deep. It's taken by Fader. Brierly pokes it away from him, and Birmingham will come through center ice. Bricado chips one in right on Millisek, who will clear it himself. Past Turchev. Early line change for Huntsville. Turchev sets it up for Brierly in his own zone. Rose was streaking just past the center ice stripe, couldn't find him, tipped in by Jendenov. Puck wraps around the near hash boards. Piacentini takes it. Chips one past Carter. Stewart out of his net, plays it himself around the near half boards. Loose puck sent around far boards. Ryan Romeo there. Nukovic taps him. Puck kept alive by Huntsville. Carter and Piacentini Comes free for Nukovic out front. Fanning on the shot. Birmingham clears, and out of the zone it goes. Jacob Barber had a shot right in front of goaltender Hayden Stewart, but couldn't get it off. And Huntsville has the puck in their own zone. Derek Pearl, chased by Martin, so he'll send it through center ice. Fisher drops it. Sent into the Bull zone. Newly acquired defenseman for Birmingham. Koliarchi taps it. Kulziski takes it or Kilcheski, that is, takes it for Huntsville. Birmingham takes it right back away. Davis Ross through center ice. Kilcheski ahead for Fisher. No team shots on goal yet. 18 minutes, 2 minutes gone in the first period, no score. Bethune takes it and sends it ahead for Donahue. Gillespie fanned on the dump-in attempt taken in by Huntsville. In front, looking for a deflection there from Holland, never made contact with the puck, and it comes out through center ice where Samuel Hunter has it. Hunter gets past everybody. They're going to rule off the icing. It tipped off of a Birmingham player, and Taylor Brierly plays it in his own zone ahead, looking for Donahue. Puck knocked away from him, but Birmingham's Koliarchi, I'm trying to find the newly acquired player. I can't, here it is. In front, a shot was taken, save made by Milacek, first shot of the game. Koliarchi is the new defenseman, number 19 for Birmingham, Joe Koliarchi. But Huntsville has the puck, wraps one off the boards through center ice, tipped in by Darrer. Brierly comes in first, gets it away from him. Darrer knocks the puck down. Jendenov tries to clear it. Backhanded one out. Darrer there along with Brierly. Huntsville controls, sends it around the far half boards. Birmingham can't clear. Kept alive deep in the Bulls zone. Brierly will take it in the corner. And finally, Birmingham sends it through center ice. Bricado giving chase, Palmer with him. Bricado drops it for Papalardo. Back for Bricado. Puck comes free behind the net. Played by Jendenov. He can't control it. Derek Pearl will take it for Huntsville. Up for Nukovic, who clears it himself into the Bull zone. 4 minutes, puck taken away by Piacentini. His shot goes high and wide. Piacentini intercepted the pass, had a good chance. Now Carson Rose almost had a chance to get in clear, takes the puck back. Offside will be called as Carson Rose had the puck in the Huntsville zone, drew it back, and put his own teammates offside.
Just pulled it out an inch outside the blue line there, pulling it across, waiting for the other guys to catch up to him. But so far the Bulls have had good neutral zone and defensive, one breakdown down there, but they're doing a good job moving the puck. When they get it deep, you can see that Huntsville does not want to skate backwards and they don't want to get hit.
Kilcheski steps into the center ice line, sends it to the Birmingham zone, but it was kept from going deep by Birmingham. Huntsville sends it right back in. Chase Carter for Birmingham wraps one around the boards, and out it goes. McTavish absorbs a hit from Kilcheski. Puck sent right in on Stewart. Jordan Martin takes a big hit, goes down, slow to get up, and he seems to be okay. McTavish can't get it deep. He takes the hit from Kulzicki. Huntsville playing the body tough and early on. Carson Rose with a shot. Wrister right into the arm of Milacek, and he'll hold on for the faceoff.
And you can see Huntsville taking exception to a couple of those big hits early by the Bulls coming back with Kulzicki and Fader coming down. Kulzicki's had 2 big hits on the end boards on his forecheck, and Fader's following up behind him, looking to make the same thing happen.
Keith Grooms, the referee tonight. Jesse Burns and Phil Russeler on the line. Face off to the left of Max Milacek. Jared Bethune loses the draw. Hunter sends it for Holland. Return pass for Sam Hunter. Can't get around Gillespie. Bethune keeps it in. Procopio and Dylan Johnson fighting for it. Puck comes free. Darrer sends it ahead, and back comes Huntsville through center ice. Martinson for Holland. Return for Martinson. Koliarchi played the defense well, and puck never made it onto the Huntsville stick, but kept alive down low. Darrer tries to send one through the slot. Johnson had a chance to clear. Finally he does, but Holland did a good job to keep it in. Now, Dylan Johnson brings it into the Huntsville zone. Back deep, Bethune trying to get it away from Procopio. Procopio has it, sends it for the near boards for Martinson. Martinson has it. Huntsville plays it behind their net. 14:45 to go, first period, no score. Dare ahead for Martinson. Papalardo deflected it away from him. Stewart loses his footing, goes down, but Birmingham clears the zone. Now Derek Pearl has it. Tries to get it ahead for the captain of Huntsville, Tyler Piacentini. Turchiev dangerously right through the slot, intercepted by, of all people, Jacob Barber. The last one you want to have the puck in the slot. Now Nutkovich tries to get it past Brierly, can't do it, and Birmingham clears as Palmer lost his stick. Now Jendenov gets it ahead for Papalardo. Papalardo has Mercado with him, but the puck just eased off his stick. Birmingham keeps it alive. Jendenov in front. Mercado backhand save made by Milasek. Excellent scoring opportunity. Milasek answers. Back comes Piacentini. Wraps one up the boards and it goes in deep. Mercado there. Puck comes free. Kozicki in front looking for Piacentini. Gets back for Phillips. He takes a slap shot, goes wide. Now Barber and Papalardo takes Barber down. Back behind the net, Kozicki has it. A wrap-around attempt. Save made by Stewart on the far pad. Both teams really going at it here offensively. Taylor Brierly has it. Through center ice looking for Carson Rose. Kilcheski takes it away from him. He'll skate it back. Kilcheski has it taken away from him. Sent back into the Huntsville zone where Kozicki has it. Up and down into an action. Very few, if any, stoppages of play thus far. Now Carson Rose in front looking for Martin. Intercepted by Phillips, and he'll skate away. Trey Phillips backhands one deep. Chase Carter will go get it for Birmingham. Carter puts the brakes on. Now leaves it for Ryan Romeo. Romeo off the boards, down the ice. This one's going to be an icing on Birmingham. Really up and down into an action. Good action. Seems to be losing. Both teams seems to be losing their footing along the far boards over there, Greg.
Well, and I tell you what, the Huntsville defenseman lost his stick over there, was trying to protect the puck in his skates, and that could be the best shift I've seen Jendenov have since his limited time being back with the Bulls. But he came in, made a big hit, picked the puck out, chipped it off the wall in the neutral zone, went down deep, and then feathered a beautiful pass across over to Mercado, who faked the shot, went over to his backhand, and great save by Milasek there. But what I like about that play is that that's the next level of play that you see a guy like Jendenov with his size and skill set, that this is what we've been waiting to see out of a guy like him.
When you come into a hockey team this late in the year, it's obvious a spot's not just reserved and handed to you. You got to not only earn your keep, but you got to play well enough to keep your slot. And as you said, that may have been Jendenov's best shift as a Birmingham Bull.
Well, and that's what it's got to take, because that time is quickly coming where both teams have to secure their playoff rosters, and you've got guys who have been here as a Birmingham Bull. They contributed very much so throughout the year to put your team in this position, and then they look at a scenario where they get sent down, and it's like these new guys coming in, they've got to realize that they've got to not only keep their spot, but beat out these guys that were here before.
Jordan Martin out on the draw for Birmingham to the right of goaltender Hayden Stewart, who made one really fantastic save. Rob Darrer on the draw for Huntsville. Puck drop, Huntsville controls. Far boards, Procopio has it in front, deflected by Holland. Save made by Stewart. Now Procopio out in front, again a deflection, puck loose. Sent behind the net on a Darrer shot. Rob Darrer had a chance, but it goes wide. Far side. Sent behind the net. Chase Carter takes it for Birmingham. Wraps one out, and Martin tips it off the boards back into Huntsville zone, taking the pressure off. Now this puck sent all the way down the length of the ice by the Havoc, and the faceoff will come back in Huntsville zone. Good scoring chance there for Huntsville.
Well, you can see the Havoc. They triangulate very well in the Birmingham zone, and they've got two guys down along the M boards, and then that one guy who kind of floats up top in the slot. And you saw it earlier with Piacentini over around behind the net to Nutkovich, threw it right out, and Barber was just there waiting for it.
Jared Bethune on the faceoff for Birmingham. Rob Derrer for Huntsville. Derrer wins. Huntsville tries to get it out. Davis Ross keeps it in for the moment. Gillespie sends it in deep. Bethune will take it behind the Huntsville net. Bethune looking for a place to go. Sends it for Colatarchi up front. Down low is played, but off the board, Samuel Hunter for Huntsville takes it, and they'll clear the zone. Colatarchi for Birmingham. Misses his man. Derrer takes it and sends it in deep to the corner. Birmingham tries to get a long head manning pass out for Gillespie. Huntsville was there defensively. Back into the Bull zone is played. Gillespie has it. Leaves it for Bethune. Bethune may have not been expecting it. He didn't clear it. Bethune finally gets it ahead for Gillespie, and back comes Birmingham's Mercado. Into the Huntsville zone. Mercado sends one wide, looking for a bounce off the board, but Milasek waiting for that one as well. He easily gloved it and held on.
You know, I don't mind that play by Mercado there coming across. I like it. It's a safe play because that shot isn't going to get turned over or blocked by a D and come back the other way on it. And throwing it off the back wall like that, you saw the tricky bounce that it took. So Milasek had to be on his toes there to pull that one down and slow down and cover it up.
Papalardo and Mercado back on the line. That's the line that they played on. They played together earlier in the year in really good production. They're out with Jindanov up front. Off the draw, played ahead. Piacentini takes it for Huntsville. He has Barber streaking, can't get away. Behind the net, Nukovic plays it. Barber takes it near corner. Back at the blue line for Derek Pearl, sends one low. Nukovic in front, Piacentini had the chance. Save made. Bang, bang pass. Piacentini just misses. Papalardo will take the puck, and he'll wrap one off the boards into the Huntsville zone. Piacentini now sends one through center ice. Back to get it. Turchiev, he'll set the play for Birmingham. Turchiev brings it through center ice. Tipped in by Carson Rose. Easily taken away by Huntsville. Kyle Clark loses it though. Puck played by Rose to Jordan Martin. Martin puts the brakes on. Tries to set up Carter, but it got past him. Birmingham has to clear the zone. 10 minutes, 20 seconds to go. First period, no score. Trey Phillips for Huntsville almost lost it, but he gains control, and back comes Palmer. Palmer ahead for Kozicki. It's tipped in, an offside delayed will be called, but Huntsville clears the zone. Back comes Birmingham's Chase Carter. Carter drops it. McTavish back for Carter. Carter back at the point, play for Colatarchi. His shot goes high. Now Holland tries to wrap one out off the boards. Can't do it, kept in by McTavish. McTavish sends one past his own player, Colatarchi. Birmingham has to retreat into their own zone. Colatarchi puts the brakes on, gives it for Carter. Back comes Jared Bethune. Michael Gillespie, 3 players on him, just sends one in, played by Milasek himself, and they clear the zone. Quickly, Colatarchi, I like to see that, turning it right back in. Jared Bethune plays it, Donahue as well. Loose puck taken by Kilcheski for Huntsville, taken away by Bethune. Good strong forechecking shift for Jared Bethune. At the point, Birmingham's Ross keeps it alive. Now Kilcheski takes it for Huntsville. Ahead for Holland, and that one deflected into the Bulls bench. I'm not sure who it got, but it got somebody on the bench.
Well, and you saw that last exchange down there, those same 3 guys I mentioned before, but Barber down to Nukovic in the corner, and he's looking. Passantini sees what the other 2 are doing. He drives for that back post, and I tell you what, we talk about Turchiev for the Bulls, who's been primarily an offensive defenseman, and that's kind of his strength as a defensive player, but that is the kind of defensive effort that you need, where he just got back there, identified Passantini on the back post, got his stick intertwined up in him, and just caused Passantini to hook that one wide, because that's a dangerous, dangerous spot to give any of those 3 guys that puck. So great job by Turchiev, and that's what it's going to take for the Bulls. You got to play strong defense first, have good goaltending, and then work your way out. And on their forecheck, I like what I'm seeing there.
Faceoff will come at center ice. Joe Colatarchi comes to Birmingham, a 28-year-old right-shooting defenseman, which is rare to see. Comes from the East Coast Hockey League's Utah Grizzlies. His first night playing for the Birmingham Bulls. So far, he seems to be solid back behind the blue line. Off the draw, sent in, taken by Procopio. He'll wrap it around the far boards. Brierly keeps it alive. Jacob Barber tried to take it away from him, and finally, Procopio has it. He'll backhand one out of the zone. Papalardo quickly turns it right back in, but Jendenov was in ahead of the play. Offside will be called on the Bulls.
Just a little bit too anxious there, and yeah, you can tell that the Huntsville D, they're really trying to keep that puck in front of them. The Bulls are having their most success when they get that puck deep in the zone, and then they're going like fireflies, bees, whatever you want to say it, but when they're attacking that puck down behind the goal line, that's when they're giving Huntsville their most trouble.
8.5 to go, first period, no score. Huntsville out shooting Birmingham thus far 6-2, which is kind of a rarity in and of itself. Derek Pearl will take the puck along the near faceoff circle ahead for Barber. Barber giving chase, takes it. Left side, drops it back for Nukovic. Return for Barber behind the net, but Romeo intercepts. Back comes Birmingham quickly. This does have a different feel to it. This game is just up and down, end-to-end action. Rose behind the net is play for Gillespie. Out in front, looking for Martin, but Nukovic was there. And Huntsville clears. This one will be icing called on Huntsville. Greg, this game definitely has a much different feel than when we were here last week. It's just like you said, it's a playoff type game in and of itself. This has that feel to it.
Well, and I think that's part due to the Bulls' preparation and Coach Simchuk and stuff and pulling these guys in. I know they had a lot of meetings individually this week and things like that, but you just got to put it down where the rubber meets the road. Be like, all right, boys, this is it. Time to take the restrictor plate off and let's go for it.
Bethune on the draw for Birmingham. Turchev and Brierly out at the point. Pearl takes the draw and sends it ahead for Jacob Barber. He'll dump it in deep. Piacentini there along with McTavish. Brierly picks the loose puck up for Turchev. Thought about sending one through the slot, finds Donahue. Through center ice, Donahue takes the shot. Easy pad save made by Milasek. Along the near boards taken by Huntsville, and Clark clears it out. 7:35 to go, first period, no score. Birmingham with the puck in their own zone. Taylor Brierly gets away from Fisher, sends it for Bethune. Jared Bethune into the Huntsville zone, drops it for Turchev. Down low for McTavish. Now a big collision there with Phillips and Bethune. Loose puck picked up by the Bulls. Kolartarchi, nice pass for Turchev. Now Bethune has it. Wraps it around the glass. Donahue back for Birmingham, far corner. Kolartarchi takes it for Bethune. Look for a shot. Fan score! Scott Donahue picked up the loose puck after Bethune fanned on the shot. Kolartarchi keeps it alive, far point off the blue line, and Birmingham takes a 1-0 lead.
And I tell you what, Jody, right there, the key to that play that so often goes unnoticed is McTavish standing right in front of the net on Milasek. Milasek had no chance because he went down playing off the first shot by Bethune that didn't make it through, and then the second shot just beat him clean due to that screen by McTavish.
Donahue scores his 13th of the year, and a big important goal for Birmingham. Birmingham's record when scoring first so far is 23-1-0. I still don't understand that stat. You got a whole 44 minutes left to go in this game, 43 minutes. It shouldn't matter, but somehow for Birmingham it does.
Hey, hockey's all about confidence, Jody, and I tell you what, for the Bulls getting that first goal, it just gives you that little extra bit of energy to go out there and make it happen and find that next gear.
Kolartarchi seems to be really having a strong period. Off the draw, Dara loses his stick, snapped in half. Puck in the Huntsville zone, loose. And Sam Hunter takes it there, looking, can't get it away. There's Papalardo, found the loose puck as Huntsville tried to clear the puck foolishly through the slot. Found it on the stick of Papalardo, but Milasek makes the save.
Great job there by Jendenov and Brucato, that aggressive forecheck back there behind the net. They created that turnover down low and right back into the slot. Good shot. Big save there by Milasek. But I like what I'm seeing here from the Bulls offensively.
Nukovic for Huntsville, Papalardo for the Bulls. Face-off won by Papalardo. Now Davis Ross will bring it in, tries to drop it back for Jindanoff. Huntsville intercepts, comes the other way. Barber takes a big hit from Kolartachi. Now Nukovic can't get the puck. Kolartachi was in his way. Puck loose behind the net, taken by Papalardo for Jindanoff, who will lift one into center ice. Eric Pearl has it there for Palmer. Palmer returns it for Pearl. Papalardo on him. Looking for Barber. Palmer's pass intercepted. Back comes Birmingham. Jindanoff. His pass is deflected. Birmingham keeps it alive. Jindanoff steps out in front. Backhander. Save is made. Loose puck. Martin had it. Couldn't get the shot off. Huntsville can't clear. Finally they do. Piacentini there. He tries to send one in. He's taken off the play by Romeo. Birmingham picks the loose puck up. Martin then sends one in, but they'll rule he didn't touch it, so therefore that pass coming from inside the Bulls' blue line results in an offside. Greg, I'm telling you, Kolartachi is making himself seen and noticed tonight.
Well, I was just, as you made that comment earlier about him just being real steady back there, the scouting report on him is, hey, this is a big stay-at-home defenseman. He doesn't take many chances, and if he gets you in a situation where he can lay a hit on you, he's going to do that, and that's what we just saw down there. Not only hitting Piacentini, but then getting in the way of Nukovic to go after that loose puck.
Off the draw, Huntsville controls. Phillips just inside the blue line, turns, spins, and fires. That hit Fisher in front. Birmingham takes it away. That's Martin ahead for Rose. Kolcheski giving chase as well. Rose catches, or Martin is taken down behind the play. Phillips over for Carter. The puck is sent by Brierly, and he fanned on it. Now Fisher takes a push from him. Now Martin gets involved. This line's getting physical. Back is sent along the near boards. Kolzicki takes it, skates away for Huntsville. He's taken off the play by Brierly. He didn't like it, pushed and shoved Taylor, but Brierly made the play and kept Huntsville out of the zone. Puck sent all the way down into the Huntsville zone. No icing is called. Puck went through the crease. Back comes Huntsville the other way. Martinson for Holland. Holland along the far boards, back behind the net. It's played by Turchiev. Banks one for Donahue, and back comes Birmingham that quickly. Jared Bethune sends one in, save made, sent to the corner now. McTavish fighting for the puck for Birmingham. Comes free. Dara takes it for Huntsville, and back come the Havoc. Martinson has it in front for Holland. He couldn't get that deflection in time. He was there. Birmingham will play it now. Back comes Turchiev. He'll try and gain the zone, send one in. Turchiev gives chase. Procopio catches it first, though. Puck loose. Jindanoff has it, winds, and just fires a shot. Save made. Rebound in front. Bethune taken down. He got the shot off, but it went wide. I'm not sure why a penalty wasn't called there. Puck along the near boards. Dara has it. Turchiev fighting with Mercado. Now Procopio wraps one around. Kept in by Kolartachi. He loses it, though. Back comes Jacob Barber. Turchiev out of gas, comes in, takes the shot, made, save made off the stick of Procopio as Barber sent one in front. Procopio was there. Stewart made it look easy.
Huge save by Hayden Stewart on a 2-on-0. Turchiev did what he could and came back and got some pressure on there, so they didn't have quite so much time, but Stewart came across, played it well, went with the fake shot, came back across Stewart. He read that one perfectly, made a great save, no rebound, and that is a huge save for the Bulls here with 3:45 in the first period.
That may have been the first and only bad thing I've seen out of Joe Kolartachi, the new defenseman for Birmingham. I don't know exactly what happened. The puck seemed to bounce over his stick, and he was about out of gas on that last part of his shift anyway. And again, Stewart, as you said, came to the defense and actually made an excellent save. Birmingham leading 1-0.
Well, it's one of those things, Jody, where both teams you see, they're going to create that offensive pressure. They're going to get as many guys as they can down low and crash the net, because that's the only way you're going to score on these two goalies tonight. But in doing that, you have to be very careful what you do on the defensive side in the offensive zone, because we saw Huntsville, Birmingham has had a couple of 3-on-2s going down the other way, and then that one there off the miscue on the point turned into a 2-on-0.
Piacentini, the captain of Huntsville, on the ice now. Very quick skater. You really have to keep an eye on him. And, of course, Jacob Barber, the former Birmingham Bull, knows what to do when the puck is on his stick. Birmingham's Davis Ross ahead. Sends it for Papalardo. Bricado with him far side. Drops it back. Looking for Jendenov. He couldn't get the shot off. Pearl deflected it. Behind the net, Papalardo backhands one in front. Derek Pearl intercepts. And Huntsville clears the zone. Davis Ross has it. Ahead for Papalardo. For Bricado. Bricado bumps into Pearl. Puck loose. Piacentini takes it. Sends it far side for Jacob Barber. Barber gets past Romeo. Ross back deep defensively. Still puck is loose. Barber almost got a shot off but couldn't. Now the puck is sent far side out of the zone. Birmingham. Now Nukovic has it. Nukovic curls. Drops it down deep into the corner where it's taken there by Fader. Fader hit by Romeo. Loose puck. Picked up by Birmingham. Carson Rose lost it. Huntsville keeps it in. Deflected in front by Clark. Goes wide. Clark behind the net fighting with Romeo for the puck. Birmingham gets it. Tries to clear. Does. Now Rose takes a big hit. Birmingham still with the puck. Michael Gillespie. Ahead for Jordan Martin. Martin tries to get past Phillips. Behind the net. Sends one in front for Gillespie. He couldn't get the shot off. Now he finds the puck. Hit in front by Kozicki. Birmingham still with the puck in the Huntsville zone. Carter tried a cross-ice pass. It was intercepted, and back comes Kilcheski. Now Gillespie and Kozicki collide in the neutral zone. Kozicki kind of feeling the worst of that. Back in the Bull zone, Holland takes the shot. No one was around him, but Stewart made it look easy again. Another save and a face-off in the Bull zone.
Yeah, the Bulls definitely buzzing there through the neutral zone, getting the puck down low and getting back to that pairing of Gillespie, Martin, and Rose. You can see they're down there, they're moving their feet, cycling the puck down low, getting it up top, trying to get a couple good shots off, but they are putting that one guy in front of the net. That's so critical because even Bethune on his last opportunity down here where they're shooting low on Milasek, he's going to pop out those rebounds, and he had a couple of opportunities to bury one there. So good job by the Bulls.
Face off in the Bulls zone, loose. Derer has it for Huntsville. He'll send one in for Holland behind the net. Martinson takes it. Turchiev on him. Martinson and Turchiev. Puck comes free. Rob Derer gives it right back to Martinson. Martinson looks for somewhere to go. Sends one for Derer off of his stick and deflected back into center ice. We're down to a minute and a half to go in the first period of play. Birmingham with a 1-0 lead over Huntsville. Procopio ahead for Derer off of the mark. Behind the net, Huntsville has control. That's Martinson. Back at the point. Hunter with a shot. Save made. Rebound goes far boards. Holland will keep it alive for Huntsville. Now that's Taylor Brierly. Sets one up for his defensive partner, Arthur Turchiev. Through center ice. McTavish can't get it deep. Piacentini with it for Nukovic. For Jacob Barber. Barber with a shot. Brierly goes down. That deflected. He took the punishment for it. He made the actual save, but he's feeling it now. Puck comes free. Birmingham just lifts one out and clear the zone. We'll keep an eye on Taylor Brierly. Don't want to lose him. Huntsville deflects one in. Jacob Barber sends it where it's taken by Colartacci. Now Papalardo wraps one off the boards high. Bricado gloves it, drops it, and plays it himself far side for Joe Colartacci. He'll send one in deep and set the play for Birmingham. Dump and chase style right now going for Birmingham. Now Pearl was hit on the play, but he manages to get it free. And Huntsville comes through center ice. Piacentini has Barber with him. Loose puck picked up by the Bulls. We're down to 10 seconds to go in the period. Birmingham will try one last time. Jendenov gets around Kilcheski. Can't get a shot off now. He tries to back one out in front. Milasek saw it coming. He puts his big stick along the ice. And he'll take it and stop it. Hold on. We're down to 1.5 seconds left in this period. You set up a face-off, a scoring-type face-off where you just snap the shot off as soon as the puck's drop here, Greg?
Yeah, I think so. I think you're up by a goal against the Havoc in a playoff-like situation. You're not going to pull Stewie or anything, but you want to have a right-hand shot on the draw as they do in Martin, push it to the net, and everybody just crash.
Off the draw, Martin, instead of shooting, wraps one back for Rose. He couldn't get the shot off, and that'll do it for one period of play. A very entertaining, very good first period of play. Now Casey Kozicki taking umbrage to something that was either done or said with Michael Gillespie. I'm sure we'll be seeing the results of that later on in the last 40 minutes of play in this game. But so far, so good. Great hockey game. All right, at the end of one period of play, Birmingham leading Huntsville by a score of 1-0. Stay with us. You're listening to Birmingham Bulls Hockey. Welcome back to the Pelham Civic Complex. Jody Chernesky here, joined by Greg Dreveny. At the end of one period of play, Birmingham leads the Huntsville Havoc by a score of 1-0. Despite being outshot 10-6, good goaltending from both goalies, to be honest. Hayden Stewart playing in his second game since returning from an injury. I won't say it, but he's played very well in both games he's been in. We have about 4 minutes to go before the second period, Greg. We've had a couple of new players over the last week. Joe Kolartachi tonight, Bear Jendenov, and Jared Bethune a few nights back. We've had the return of Papalardo and Stefan Bricado. What's your thoughts so far on the gelling and meshing after so long being apart and some not even being here?
Well, I think for the most part, Jody, the biggest thing that I'm seeing that I'm liking about these guys is they're starting to take on that Bulls style of hockey that we've seen throughout the year that they've had their success. You know what? They're against the boards. They're making the hits. They're moving their feet. And that's the only way you're going to stay in this lineup is you've got to adopt what they're doing or it just doesn't fit. But Mercado coming back, he's a very smart player. You can see his veteran presence out there, making the smart plays, putting the puck deep, and that's the key to playoff hockey. You just want to keep the game simple. You want to make the fewest mistakes possible, and you want to capitalize on any opportunities that you can generate.
What have you noticed about Hayden Stewart that's been different from what he was playing before his injury?
Well, I just think Stewie he's more composed back there. You know, when there's situations that arose, like when you got two of the top goal scorers in the league come down on you on a 2-on-0 with, Turchiev putting some pressure on him with the back check, but Stewie didn't get phased. He didn't overplay the shot. He waited for the pass to be made, and then even when that pass was made, he didn't bite too hard because he knew that there was something more coming than just a quick shot on net. And they tried to cut back across him. He was there, right across, made the save, no rebound. And that was a huge bailout for the Bulls in the last 2 minutes of the first period.
Newly acquired defenseman Joe Kolartachi had some moments where he looked like he didn't belong in this league. He looked like he could belong in the AHL, not much less the ECHL. He did get caught one time, and Jacob Barber for Huntsville had a good scoring chance, but he assisted on the goal, 13th of the year from Scott Donahue, giving the Bulls the lead. It looks like the pairing, the shuffling of the lines, the juggling of the lines, if you will, is starting to pay off for Coach Simchuk. They're starting to play better. This game just looks different to me than it did last week when I was here.
Well, it looks like everybody's on the same page. And like we said, we talked about how long does it take. We talked about 3 games and so on and so forth. And you know what? I think that, whatever they did this past week in the Bulls locker room and in practice time or whatever, they just took some of that stuff and just slowed everybody down and said, guys, we're here, we're in this together, and let's get on the same page and let's move forward as a unit. And tonight, that's exactly what they look like. They look from top to bottom a much better unit than what they look like in the last couple games.
All right, we'll take our final break and we'll come back for second period action. You're listening to Birmingham Bulls Hockey. Birmingham 1, Huntsville 0. Okay, we're back to the Pelham Civic Complex here. Another 30 seconds or so to go before the start of the second period. What do you expect in the second period? More of the same that we saw in the first, or do you expect the Huntsville to maybe come out and play a little bit more physical?
Well, I think you're going to see the same thing, north and south hockey on both ends, and both teams are, they're not afraid to apply that pressure and send those extra guys deep in the offensive zone. I'll be interesting to see how much ice time Passantini, Nukovic, and Barber logged this period, because in that first period it looked like they were double shifting them.
Right.
Not so much rolling 3 lines like the Bulls is. And hey, when that's effective and working, that's great. But it could lead the Bulls a little extra gas in the tank if they can get into the third period and not have to do that.
Well, Piacentini for Huntsville got a lot of ice time, no doubt. It seemed like every shift he was out there as this Second period is underway. Birmingham's Taylor Brierly tries to get past Fader. He does, and sends one through the neutral zone. Huntsville intercepts, but taken away by Stephen Bricado. Bricado brings it into the Huntsville zone. Procopio on him. Bricado sends one out in front off the skate of Martinson. Far board puck is played and out. Turchiev backhands one to Brierly. Ahead for Bricado for Papalardo. Near face-off circle. Papalardo in front for Jindanov. Lost his balance, couldn't get the shot off. Puck taken by Fader. Jordan Fader for Huntsville clears the puck all the way down in the Bull zone, and icing will be called on the Huntsville Havoc.
And interesting, Jody, we talked about the in the pregame, we talked about what it's like to play against former players, and how do you handle that in game when the puck's on the wall. And seeing Jendenov down there, the puck's on the wall for Huntsville, and he came across, he finished his check, and that's what I was saying. It doesn't matter when that puck drops, doesn't matter who you played for before. What matters is who you're playing for now.
Now Rose takes a backhand. Martin goes down. There's going to be a penalty coming up. It looked like Procopio got his stick up high and took Martin down. I don't know if he's bleeding, but a good scoring chance, and then Martin hits the deck, never had a chance for the rebound. I don't think he's bleeding, but nonetheless, first power play of the game. Jordan Fader goes to the box for Huntsville and Birmingham. We'll go on the power play.
Interesting on that call on Fader. I thought it was Hunter, the defenseman, that kind of locked up with him there and got his stick up around his face a little bit, but we'll take the 2-minute power play nonetheless.
Birmingham and Huntsville relatively close on power play success, 5th and 6th in the league. Birmingham at a 22% success rate gets underway. Look out, Tyler Piacentini has the puck. Gillespie checks him. Piacentini couldn't catch up with it, or he would have had a clear shorthanded breakaway. Birmingham has given up 6 shorthanded goals on the year. Not a fine point in their statistics. Okay, Huntsville sends one for Piacentini. Past him, puck is played by Nukovic. Off the boards, Martin picks up the loose puck for Birmingham. Can't get past Palmer, and the puck comes free to center ice. Birmingham will have to get out of the zone and try it again. Turchiev sends one in deep, wraps one to bounce off the boards, funny, off the net, and Piacentini takes it and clears the zone. Already a minute and 10 left, 50 seconds gone on this power play. Birmingham's Turchiev starts it for the Bulls. Through center ice, Turchiev clears the center ice stripe, gives it up for Martin, Jordan Martin. Around the boards, played for Carson Rose. For Gillespie, takes the shot wide off the arm of Bethune. Carson Rose keeps it in. Turchiev back for Rose. Rose brings one down deep at the far face-off circle. Back at the point for Turchiev. Down to 40 seconds to go now. Bethune has one, tries a backhand one out in front. Save is made, loose puck. Martin and Hunter fighting for it. Procopio tries to come up with it, but Sam Hunter takes it for Huntsville and clears the zone. Stewart out of his net to play it. He'll wait for some help. Plays it for Turchiev. Kozicki back there. Turchiev back behind his own net, waits for reinforcements. We're down to 10 seconds to go in the power play. Not much doing on this power play for the Bulls. Jindanov wraps one around the boards, played by Milosek. He tries to clear it himself, does. Look out. Kozicki comes into the Bull zone. Romeo back. There's a shot taken by Kulcheski. Short-handed opportunity. Hard for me to say, or easy for me to say. Kozicki to Kulcheski. But right there, Stewart on the spot makes the save.
Great job there by Stewie, tracking it well on a 3-on-2. Huntsville come down across. Kulcheski drops it for the high guy, Kulcheski, and shoots it. And Stewie made a great save. Once again, Bulls did a good job boxing him out. No traffic in front. Stewie held on, no rebound. So we'll go again here in the Bull zone with a face-off.
Papalardo, Bricado, and Jindanov out for Birmingham. Dare on the faceoff wins it for Huntsville. Holland takes the puck, skates behind Hayden Stewart. Chase Carter defensively on him, ties him up. Birmingham's Papalardo takes the puck away. Now Carter plays it, wrapped around the far boards. Kulcheski keeps it in. Loose puck played by Phillips off the leg of Romeo. And Romeo backhands one clear. Through center ice, loose puck picked up by Huntsville. They'll send it back in. Martinson takes it, far face-off circle. Can't get around Carter. Austin Martinson plays it for Rob Derrer. Derrer back at the point is play for Derek Pearl. Pearl, wrister blocked easily by Mercado. At the skate of Papalardo, didn't know it was there. Mercado will pick the loose puck up. Still fighting for control of the puck. Jendanov now steps in with Holland, and Birmingham comes free with the puck. Chase Carter in his own zone. Look out. Derrer almost took it away from him. Carter looks for a place to go. Wraps one off the boards for McTavish. Never got to him. Bethune will pick the loose puck up for Birmingham. He lost it. Backhands one deep into the Huntsville zone, though. Back to play it there. Palmer hit by McTavish. Now Pearl is hit as well. Loose puck. Played by Bethune. Along the near boards. McTavish and Martinson. Palmer comes away with the puck for Martinson, and look out, Nukiewicz has it. He'll back away from Bethune. Nukovic. Far side played by Pearl. Pearl gently sends one into the Bull zone. Kolartachi for Birmingham, sends it for Johnson. Haven't seen a lot of Dylan Johnson tonight, out on the ice right now. Puck played now is taken down. Kolartachi and Procopio tangle up. Both okay, seem to be all right and getting up. Now loose puck into the Huntsville zone. Played by Procopio and out. Rose sends it right back in. Martin giving chase. Martin behind the net, wraps one around the boards. In front, Turchiev couldn't get the shot off. His stick was basically deflected and couldn't get anything on it. Turchiev backhands one for Martin. Procopio hits him. Now loose puck under the skates of Jordan Martin. Gillespie comes in, sends one around the boards, hit the referee. That actually kept the puck alive for Birmingham. Taylor Brierly with it. Now in front, Procopio taking down Jordan Martin, just basically ragdolling him. No call is made. Birmingham's going to have to do something about that. Now, Piacentini gets in and wraps up Martin as well, hitting him. I'm not sure what Jordan Martin did, but that's two different Huntsville players going after him.
Yeah, interesting. Martin's the one who always seems to be net front, and you can see that he has definitely taken some physical punishment playing that role and staying in front of the net, which, you know, if you're a Birmingham Bulls fan, you don't like to see that. But on the other hand, in playoff hockey, that's what it takes.
And this is basically, as you said to start the game, this is playoff hockey. These are 2 points you got to have, especially in a situation like this where you're percentage points, hundreds of percentage points behind a Huntsville team that you would love to have second place over them. But nonetheless, why is it seems like it, whether it's Gillespie, Rose, or Wiesner, they're always the ones the other team goes after?
Well, because they're the guys who, when they come up on the draws and that, if you notice, they're always talking to the other guys. You know what I mean? They've always given them a little bit of lip service and talking to them. And you know what? At the end of the day, it's those little things that throw guys off their game and get them to lose their cool and play with emotion. And sometimes playing with emotion isn't necessarily a good thing because you have to keep it in check, keep a level head out there.
14:23 to go, second period. Birmingham 1, Huntsville nothing. Face-off in the Huntsville zone to the right of Max Milasek. Papalardo for Birmingham. On the draw, Kozicki for Huntsville wins it. And Trey Phillips takes the puck. Through center ice, pass is intercepted by Jendanov. Sends one in where Phillips takes it for Huntsville. Skating away through center ice. Sends one in deep. Phillips chasing his own puck off the stick of Fader. Now Kozicki's pass intercepted, and back comes Jendanov for Birmingham into the Huntsville zone. Has Mercado with him, he scores! Jendanov, I thought he was going to drop pass it back for Mercado, and maybe Milasek did too, but nonetheless, that puck had eyes and went in far post.
I tell you what, that's a great shot by Jendanov, and you see, working it all the way back into the Bull zone, that errant pass from Casey Kozicki to the middle of the ice that you hate, Jody.
I hate that.
Turns over into a turnover. They push it up to Jendenov. He comes down, did a great job of dragging that puck behind his outside right foot. It looked like a drop pass, and then he just ripped it low glove on Milasek, and that's a huge goal for the Bulls.
Bulls take a 2-0 lead, very important 2-goal lead. Jendenov scores for Birmingham, his 8th of the year. Puck played now in the Huntsville zone. Huntsville is going to have to figure out how to exactly break this Hayden Stewart wall they have in front of them, but right now 2-0 lead is really, that's not an insurmountable lead. Birmingham needs to keep playing just as they are, playing a great hockey game. Behind Stewart, puck is played. Ryan Romeo has it taken away from him, and Derek Pearl has it, but he loses control and it escapes the zone. Huntsville will have to clear. Chase Carter with it. Ahead for Michael Gillespie, gets past Derek. Michael Gillespie in the Huntsville zone. In the slot, takes a shot, goes wide. Derek takes the rebound, far corner. He'll slowly start to skate through center ice. Rob Derek. Ahead for Jacob Barber. That's Piacentini with him. Puck comes free around the boards. Nukovic and Rose there. Rose takes it away, and back comes Jordan Martin. Ahead for Michael Gillespie. Nice play. Gillespie backhands one right in front. Save made by Milasek, and he covers it up. If not, that's a fat rebound sitting there waiting for Jordan Martin, Michael Gillespie, and Carson Rose. You take your choice. Birmingham playing well right now.
And you know, Jody, one thing that we were looking and watching Milasek in warm-up, and we talked about that glove. And
yeah.
He was having some issues with his glove hand and kept looking at it. And like I said, from a goalie standpoint, it doesn't take much. And when you're on, you're on. And sometimes the littlest thing can just throw off your game. And if I'm the Bulls, I'm putting everything low glove on them, looking to bounce out those rebounds and attack the net and do just what they're doing.
Face-off in the Huntsville zone, controlled by the Bulls. Davis Ross for Gillespie. He'll play it down low behind the net. Procopio has it for Barber. Through center ice, Nukovic has it. Nukovic draws it back for Hunter. Hunter takes a shot deflected by Birmingham, and the puck comes free in the slot in the Bull zone. Kept alive by Piacentini. Now Martin takes it away from him and clears the zone. Carson Rose has it. 2 defensemen back for Huntsville. Rose sends a shot off stick to side by Milasek. Martin taken down, flying through the air, no call. That's okay as long as we're consistent with it. Let them play, I'm fine with that. But be consistent. Tyler Piacentini through center ice. Gloved by Kolartarchi. Kolartarchi sends one in deep. Has to be played by Milasek, so no icing. Jendenov in front for Bricado. That shot saved made by Milasek, or else it hit the side of the net. Papalardo has it in front of the Bulls bench. Deflected by Jendenov right in on Milasek, and he'll stop play and hold on. He'll cover that one up. Birmingham buzzing right now.
And I tell you what, welcome back, number 37, Papalardo, because that is what Bulls hockey is all about right there. Attacking that offensive zone, got in there, first guy in on the forecheck, pops it off, catches Bricado on the far side. Milasek had to make a huge save, and then Papalardo all over back into the neutral zone, picks up the puck, intercepts it, and carries it north again.
This line of Papalardo, Bricado, and Jendenov has played well tonight. Huntsville has the puck. Birmingham takes it away through center ice. Now Holland will intercept the pass. Look out. That was Stewart who deflected the puck off the board and takes a weird hop right onto the stick of Huntsville. And he had a wide open net to shoot at, but kind of fanned on it, and as well Stewart bounced on over and covered it up.
And that's that composure we talked about earlier, Jody. Stewart got handcuffed a little bit behind his own net, but cleared it off there, came back in and still got in position to make a save and didn't panic. And that's the key thing. Get back in the center of the net, make the save, slow it down, and get everybody back here and reset off the draw.
Face off to the right of Hayden Stewart. Drop. Papalardo tries to break free. Does. Brierly will pick the loose puck up for Birmingham. Ahead for Jendenov. Through center ice. Bricado has it. Played behind the net. Fader there for Huntsville. Takes the hit from Jendenov. But Huntsville comes away with the puck. Through center ice it's played. Kyle Clark dumps it in behind the net. Brierly for Birmingham. Sends it for Mercado. Loose puck far boards. Papalardo is there, and he'll send it out. Played by Jendenov into the Huntsville zone. Nobody to help him, but Jendenov with a good snapshot, gloved and dropped and played himself by Milasek. That shot was a lot tougher than it looked. Romeo ahead. Played off the stick of Bethune. Bethune giving chase, takes it, wraps around the neck. No place to go, looks for somewhere. Romeo sends a wrister in, save made by Milasek. Birmingham behind the net is played. Scott Donahue in the near corner. Back at the point for Romeo. Far side, Chase Carter. Sends one down, deflected wide. Romeo keeps it in. Played for Donahue. Donahue's shot is deflected wide. Chase Carter pinches in, keeps it alive. Now Bethune does as well. That's McTavish, couldn't get a clean shot off, and back comes Huntsville the other way. Martinson steps around Ryan Romeo, but Chase Carter back, helping out his partner. Takes the puck away behind his own net. Chase Carter plays it. Backhands one for Ryan Romeo. Bethune slowly plays one, intercepted by Darrer. Jacob Barber has it. He'll go into the far boards to keep it in. Puck comes free loosely, picked up by Donahue for McTavish, who sends one deep into the Huntsville zone. We're 9.5 to go in the second period. Birmingham with a 2-0 lead over Huntsville. And a big hockey game tonight. Played behind the net. Icing is going to be called on Huntsville. And the faceoff will come back into the Havoc zone. Nukovic questioning why that was icing. He thought he had clear zone ahead, or at least over the center ice stripe.
And you can see with the Bulls, when they're in the offensive zone, any opportunity they get, I think Jendenov has opened something up here for the Bulls, and they realize, hey, you know what? Anytime we're within 10 feet of the top of the circles in the offensive zone, we just need to be shooting. And that's what the Bulls are doing. Any loose pucks, anything that comes off the Huntsville defenders' shin pads, it's on their stick. They're looking to take those shots.
I'm not sure what Nukovic of Huntsville is talking with Keith Grooms, the referee, about, but he didn't like the icing call for sure. Now he may be questioning why certain other calls are not made. I think the referees have let them play tonight. They know how important of a game this is. You got to let them go unless it's obvious, right?
Well, and that's it, you know. And like I said, I'm with you. As long as the refs are consistent in the game that they're calling, then amen. Let's get out there and let's play some old school hockey and let's get after it.
This is the fun type of hockey. This is when it counts. This is the last few games of the regular season leading into the playoffs. Let the boys play. Face-off in the Huntsville zone to the right of Max Milasek. Jordan Martin for Birmingham. Cy Nukovic for Huntsville. Loose puck picked up by Piacentini, but it bounced off his stick. Birmingham sends one in deep. Jordan Martin has it. Back for Davis Ross. Far side. Birmingham keeps it alive. Giving chases Gillespie. He keeps it down to Martin. Carson Rose has it off his stick. Played by Procopio. Takes a big hit. Loose puck in front. Rose was there but couldn't get the shot off. Now Davis Ross with a shot. There's going to be a penalty coming up on Huntsville on the play. It looks like it's going to be a hold. And Birmingham will go to their second power play of the night. I didn't see the call, but we'll take it.
Once again, in front of the net. That's where the Bulls are being dangerous, and that's Palmer going to the box for Huntsville. But the Bulls, they're tenacious down there around the net. They're driving into those dirty parts of the rink, and they're paying the price, even though they're getting, you know, I'm not going to say physically abused because it's a physical game, but you got to pay the price. And eventually,
they're doing it.
Guys are going to try and slow you down, and they're going to hold you and stick you, and eventually it's going to catch up with you.
Second power play of the night for Birmingham, 0 for 1. We'll see what we can do on this one. Be nice to get that third goal. Off the draw, Birmingham controls Turchiev. Off the stick of Rose, played by Bethune to Martin. Rose plays it, far boards. Spins, tries to backhand one out for Turchiev. Now it's sent deep. Procopio takes it for Huntsville. He gets it clear, and Clark tips one down into the Bull zone. Turchiev takes it behind his own net. Steps out in front, and we'll start this power play now through center ice. Bethune drops it back. Carson Rose gets around one man. Puts the brakes on far corner. Taken by Bethune, wraps it around the boards where Gillespie's waiting. At the point, Archer Turchiev thought about it, gives it up for Michael Gillespie. Return for Turchiev. Wine shoots, glove save made by Milasek, and he holds on. Greg, you talked about it in the first of the game. In case anybody missed it, it looked like Max Milasek had a brand new glove. What does that mean to a goaltender when you're using it for the first time?
Well, it's one of those things where, you know, any glove that I ever got, I always went through a process before I used it in a game. And you know, you break it in. I put softballs in it, pucks. I mean, anything. I'd tape it, put it under my mattress at night, whatever it takes to break it in until it feels comfortable. But Milasek definitely had something going on, because with a new glove, it could be a strap, it could be something different. But if it doesn't close just right, it's really hard, and a lot of pucks pop out of it.
Well, it doesn't seem to be affecting him thus far, although Birmingham has put a couple past him. It's not been because of the glove. Birmingham plays the puck on the power play. We have another minute to go on it. Romeo tries to keep it in. Its pass is intercepted by Derek Pearl. Sent the length of the ice. Stewart will have to play it. Played by Jendenov, back for Romeo. Jendenov and Mercado with him as Romeo skates through center ice. Gives it up for Jendenov. Not sure what that was. He barely sent it in and easily intercepted by Huntsville. Look out. Piacentini had a break, but it was just past his stick. Derek Pearl in the Bull zone. Sends a backhander one. Stewart had to play it. Papalardo takes the rebound, and back comes Birmingham. Donahue. Near face-off circle. He's played by Hunter. Back at the point for Romeo. Down low off the stick. Romeo has it now. Near face-off circle. Shot deflected wide by Donahue. Back at the point, Romeo has it. Far side for Jendenov. Down low, Papalardo for Mercado. Didn't get all of that one, and Huntsville clears the zone. That'll do it for the power play. Huntsville's back at full and even strength. Birmingham 0 for 2 on the power play, but still lead this hockey game 2-0. Chase Carter with the puck through center ice off the stick of Troy McTavish. Now Milasek out of his net, plays it himself, backhands one and back. It's played off the stick of Martinson. Carter takes it away from him. Chase Carter ahead for Jared Bethune. McTavish streaking in front. Bethune puts the brakes on, looks for a place to go. His pass for Briley intercepted by Martinson. And back comes Sam Hunter for Huntsville. Return for Martinson. Birmingham's Briley, good defensive play. Causes the turnover. Chase Carter takes it away and lifts one back into the Huntsville zone. 6 minutes to go, second period. Birmingham 2, Huntsville 0. Taylor Briley tries to get away from Kozicki. He does, but takes some lumber for it. Gillespie gives it up for Chase Carter, who takes the hit from Kozicki. Kozicki's on a mission, it seems like right now. Briley backhands one into the zone. Now Gillespie back there along with Kilcheski. Puck comes free. Kolatarchi for Birmingham sends one in. A wrister from the blue line into the netting and out of play. So a faceoff will come in the Huntsville zone. Looks like Kozicki's had enough. He wants to hit somebody.
Well, I'm sure that's coming from the bench, because anytime you're in a game and you're down 2, coming up in the final few minutes of the second period, so to speak, it's like you got to find a spark somewhere. And right now, that's the biggest spark that Huntsville's seen in the last 10 minutes is Kozicki going out there throwing his body around trying to make something happen.
Martin and Nukevich on the draw. Puck dropped loose at their skates, picked up by Jacob Barber. He sends one around the far boards, and Davis Ross keeps it alive. Gillespie has it. Backhander never made it through. And Huntsville takes the rebound and comes through center ice. Nukevich for Piacentini. Return for Nukevich. His shot was deflected. Loose puck behind the net, played by Nukevich. Martin intercepts, backhands one out, and look out Kolatarchi. Kolatarchi for Birmingham gives it up for Martin. Puck played along the near boards, fighting for it is Carson Rose. Gillespie and Martin there as well. Puck comes free for Rose, tries to center one out for Davis Ross, but it split the defense and comes all the way back into the Bulls zone. Less than 5 to go, second period. Davis Ross with the puck behind his own net. Slowly looks for a place to go. Off the boards it plays a weird hop, kept in by Fisher for Huntsville. Ross has to take it away from him. Now Papalardo has it. Papalardo tried to set up Jendenov, but it is out of his reach. Huntsville will take the puck away. Samuel Hunter ahead for Palmer for Fisher. Fisher brings in a big hit there by Davis Ross. Separates him from the puck. Mercado tries to get it for Jendinoff, does, who backhands one through center ice. Papalardo goes back. Birmingham was offside, so they have to clear the zone. Papalardo had a chance, but he was too deep in the zone. Behind the net is played by Huntsville. Samuel Hunter has it for Procopio. Played off the stick of Fisher. Back to get it. Chase Carter touches up. Icing is called on Huntsville. We're down to 4 minutes to go, 3:57 to be exact. In the second period, Birmingham's 2, Huntsville nothing.
And I tell you what, Jody, you talk about the little things that make a difference in the game, but Birmingham doing a really good job keeping the simple play to clear their zone, getting the pucks out off the wall into the neutral zone. They're flipping them up high, dropping them down deep in behind Huntsville's D. And Birmingham, they have exceptional speed chasing down those pucks.
Tonight's attendance, 2,871, which was more than I thought would be here after I pulled into the rink and saw what looked like to be a state fair on one side of the parking lot, and knowing that the weather was going to be pretty poor tonight, I wasn't sure what would happen, and I didn't think there would be this much here, but it's turned into a really nice crowd. There is a contingent from Huntsville here as well. It's made for a real good atmosphere, and this game is far from over with. 3:57 to go, second period, and another 20 at least after this in a very important game when 0.02 of a percentage point separate these two teams. Face-off, near face-off circle, Jared Bethune for Birmingham, Rob Darrah for Huntsville. Puck is dropped loose, picked up by Hunter, and he'll set the play for Huntsville. Ahead for Austin Martinson. Chase Carter with a good play, separates him from the puck, and you're kidding me. They cannot call that interference. He had the puck, Greg. What in the world are we doing here? Chase Carter with a great defensive play, a better check. Are you kidding me?
Well,
oh my gosh.
In that situation, Jody, right in front of the referee, the way that he sees it is Chase Carter steps up. He didn't try and carry the puck through Carter, but played it forward into the Bull zone. And as soon as he releases that puck, there's a certain degree that Carter has to let him pursue the puck wide. But Carter did what everybody else says. That's what you want to see him do. And every once in a while,
he played it perfectly.
Every once in a while, you're going to get nailed for it, though.
Nailed for what? He called interference. He took his man out of the play that had the puck. That's what you're supposed to do. Why? Okay, well, 2-minute power play coming up for Huntsville. This is their first of the night. I'm getting aggravated again. That's par for the course, though. Nukovic gives it up for Darrah. Far side. Kolcheski drops it back for Nukovic as they set the power play, or at least try to, off the stick of Fisher. Piacentini has it, takes a shot. Blocker save made by Stewart. Darrah takes the rebound into the corner. Back off the boards for Kolcheski. Return. Kolcheski has it. Sends it far side. Nukovic. Back for Kolcheski. Blocked by Papalardo, and he'll skate away with the puck. Birmingham can have a 3-on-2 shorthanded break. Mercado has it. He'll go down in the slot looking for Papalardo, but instead of a scoring chance, Birmingham kills more time off the clock. Very good play. Papalardo sends it right around the boards where it's taken by Turchiev, who gives it up for Bethune. Bethune tries to get away from one, does, for McTavish. McTavish, a shot save made by Stewart. So far, Birmingham has had the better of this power play for Huntsville. Puck in the Huntsville zone. Piacentini takes it, curls behind his own net, drops it for Barber. And with 40 seconds to go on this power play, they'll try and get something going. Good penalty-killing effort so far for Birmingham. Turchiev takes the puck off Barber's stick and just gingerly sends it out. Kozicki has it. He'll drop it back. Back comes Huntsville, tries to get control in the Bull zone. Holland. Barley on him. Far boards, Barber for Kozicki. Return for Barber. Taken there by Turchiev. Can't clear it. Kept in. Far side, Kozicki. Phillips has it for Huntsville. For Kozicki. Tries to get it. We're down to the last 4 seconds of this power play. Huntsville not going to get anything going. Last effort here. Clark has it for Huntsville. Birmingham has cleared the penalty, or killed the penalty, back at even strength. Jacob Barber has it. Barber circles through the slot. Gillespie on him. Gives it up for Palmer. Palmer, almost too many men as Barber plays it. Behind the net for Nukovic. Turchiev takes it, gives it up for Carter, and Birmingham will clear the zone, and now, to me, the penalty is over with. That last few seconds is always dangerous. Turchiev behind the net, played by goaltender Max Milasek. Far boards. Dara takes it, gives it ahead for Kozicki. We're down to a minute to go in this second period of play. Nukovic looking for Dara. Puck is deflected into the stands and out of play. Birmingham with a big kill right there. That was an excellent first minute of penalty kill, and the last minute was a little dicey, but they did it.
And I tell you what, Jody, for the fans at home that are wondering about how that looked a little bit different than what the Bulls have been seeing, it looks like in the neutral zone the Bulls changed it to running a 1-3, very similar to what Knoxville was running the other night against them. And they had one guy chasing the puck, three guys backed up to the blue line, and then dropping it back into their zone. They had a triangle, or the wedge +1 that it's called, for the penalty kill, and very effective for the Bulls.
Off the draw, Birmingham's Ryan Romeo takes it. Off the boards for Dylan Johnson. Phillips tries to take it away from him, causes the turnover, and Dara sends it far corner. We're down to 50 seconds to go in the in the second period of play. Phillips has it for Piacentini. Piacentini for Nukovic. Nukovic looks for Phillips, gets him in front. Loose puck picked up by Romeo and nicely sent to center ice. Kilcheski wraps one around the boards off the stick of Chase Carter. Piacentini deflects one in. Carter takes it right back away from him. Through center ice, Phillips hit by Dylan Johnson. Dylan Johnson has Kilcheski back defensively. In front for Donahue. Couldn't get the deflection on net. We're down to 15 seconds to go in the period. Nukovic plays it in his own zone for Phillips. Trey Phillips backhands one. What is he doing? Right to his goaltender with Papalardo, of all people, bearing down. That'll do it with 1 second to go. Puck in the Bull zone. Romeo and Martinson, look out. Romeo goes down, looks for the referee. Martinson took him down. Now coming to at least ask what's going on is Jake Papalardo, who hits Martinson. I'm not sure it was intentional. I'm not sure he didn't lose his footing or lose his edge on the skate, but nonetheless, it's good to see Papalardo coming in and taking up for his teammate.
Absolutely. Whatever it was, Papalardo didn't like how it looked from his vantage point. So just to end it off here in the second period as both teams kind of get back to their designated areas. But Papalardo wanted to let it be known that going into the third period, you are not going to pull that stuff with our guys, intentional or not.
This has been a very entertaining first 40 minutes of play. At the end of two, Birmingham leading Huntsville 2-0. To say the least, the next goal, if there is a next goal, is huge in this game. It'll either give Birmingham a comfortable 3-0 lead or put them on edge, leading 2-1. Either way, it's going to be a great third period of play. All right, at the end of two, Birmingham 2, Huntsville 0. Stay with us. You're listening to Birmingham Bulls Hockey. All right, back to the Pelham Civic Complex. We're in between the second and third period of play. Birmingham leading Huntsville by a score of 2-0, out shooting Huntsville 19-13 through 2 periods of play. We've seen an entertaining brand of hockey really from both sides, and it's going to set up an excellent, excellent third period of play. Call your friends that are Bulls fans and tell them they might want to tune into this on Hockey TV or listen to us on YouTube, the Birmingham Bulls YouTube channel, carrying all the games, at least audio, live. But this is going to be a fun 20 minutes of play. What's going on out of town, Greg?
So, Jody, the big game that everybody's watching has Quad City up 1-0 over Peoria with 2 minutes and 40 seconds left in the second period. Peoria, number 1. Quad City's kind of at the bottom, number 8 in the league. So that's a little bit of a surprise. You've got Evansville up 2-1 over Pensacola with 8 minutes left in the second period. Obviously here at Pelham tonight, the Bulls are up 2-0 over Huntsville at the end of the second period. And Knoxville taking care of business with 19:30 left in the third is up 5-3 on Macon. And Roanoke up 2-1 over Fayetteville with 25 seconds left in the third.
Well, it's not out of the realm of possibility that right now Birmingham sits in third place by 0.02 of a percentage point behind Huntsville. 3 points behind league leading Peoria. It's not impossible to catch the Peoria Rivermen, and if it continues to play as it is tonight with Peoria losing and Birmingham up 2-0, we could just be 1 point behind first place, and that's the place you want to be. That guarantees you home ice advantage throughout the playoffs.
Right, and that's the key. It's not so much just about getting home ice advantage in the first round, because your top 4 teams are going to get home ice advantage, but as you continue higher up and the brackets reseed, so to speak, number 1 is always going to get those home games, and that's critical, especially when you're playing a series that's the best 2 out of 3.
Birmingham, very different hockey team at home than they are on the road. They've had very good success on the road, but there's something about it differently when you come home to play, especially when you got a decent crowd and you can feel it in the air and in the building. Either way, it's going to be an interesting way the rest of the way. 3 games coming up against Evansville, though, and after tomorrow night, we'll have 2 against Macon, 3 against Evansville, and that's it. So this is a game of monumental importance. 2 points here and at least ensures you're going to stay where you are. You get another point or 2 tomorrow night, and now we're talking. So at the end of 2 periods of play, what sets up a great third period coming up, Birmingham leading Huntsville by a score of 2-0. Stay with us. You'll hear a spot or 2 advertisements coming up, and then music after that, and then we'll be back in 13 minutes for the third period of play. Stay with us. Jody Chernesky along with Greg Dreveny. Birmingham 2, Huntsville 0.
This is a shout out to the professional tailgaters, game day grillers, and potluck pros. Whether you bake it, smoke it, stack it, or melt it, there's nothing more important than how you cook up your team spirit while serving it with an ice-cold Coca-Cola, Coke Zero Sugar, or Coke Light. We may not all agree on the best game day food, but when you serve your meals with a Coke, you know you've got yourself a winner. Enjoy an ice-cold Coca-Cola at the Birmingham Bulls game. Coca-Cola, taste the feeling.
Now look, Jen and us playing better.
This presentation of Birmingham Bulls hockey can also be heard while you're on the go via the Field Pass Hockey app. Read articles on your favorite team, view photo galleries, listen to live games and podcasts from across the AHL, ECHL, and SPHL by downloading the app, now available in the Google Play and Apple App Stores.
That intensity for his whole shift. He'll go when he has the opportunity to, but if something breaks up the play, he quits.
Hey Bulls fans, did you know the best place to score the most authentic hockey memorabilia and game day experiences all season long is with Dash Auction? The chance to meet your favorite player, take home the puck that scored the game-winning goal, or championship-winning jersey is right in the palm of your hands. Text DASH to 66866 and get ready to drop the gloves for the ultimate bragging rights. We'll see you at the auction, Bulls fans.
the first game I haven't been cold up here. Are you really? Well, maybe it's blowing down on you there instead of us. Is that what it is? Usually I'm freezing to death, but I don't feel it now.
71-64.
Complex. Jody Chernesky here along with Greg Dreveny. As we get set for the third period of play, Birmingham out of the locker room on the ice. Greg, to say this is an important 20 minutes is the understatement of the year. I don't know exactly what you say in a locker room like that when you know how important the next 20 minutes is and you're up 2-0, but I do know that this right here will go a long way in deciding seeding for the playoffs. In a situation like that in the locker room, when you know how important this next period is there anything differently you do or say to each other?
I think you just come in and you just say to the guys, hey boys, we've been successful the last 2 periods and we got 20 miles left in the game, so let's go out, win a period, win a game, and don't change up anything. Just go out and keep doing it, and you reinforce the positive things that the Bulls have been doing, and I think you keep it at that.
Huntsville's bound to come out and play a little bit differently. They've got to have some more offense. Not that they haven't played well, but they're going to have to take a few more chances to see if they can't open up and solve the Hayden Stewart dilemma they're facing.
Well, you look at what Papalardo and even the addition of Colatarchi on the back end for the Bulls, and just that little bit of burst of speed that's kind of putting Huntsville on their heels in the neutral zone is exactly what the Bulls need to package in a bottle and send around every player and just bring that concept every time every guy steps on the ice.
Okay, to start the third period of play, Jendenov and I'm sure Bethune. Well, let's see, right now Jendenov, I guess, will be out with Papalardo and Bricado. Not that they've been playing bad their first 3 or 5 games, but Jendenov and Bethune both have played differently tonight than they've looked at previously.
Definitely. Well, they're making plays with the puck, and that's the big thing. Jendenov especially on the boards.
All right, we're back in action here to start the third period. Procopio sends winning off the glove of Hayden Stewart. Puck comes free to the near boards. And Papalardo has it taken away from him by Samuel Hunter. Hunter with the puck, drops it back for Procopio. He'll set the play behind his own net. Dominic Procopio thought about wrapping one around the boards, but thought better of it and sends one ahead for Martinson. Out of his reach, Turchiev picks it up for the Bulls. Turchiev tried to set up Brierly. Dare intercepts for Barber. It's in a bad angle. His shot goes off the back of the net. Back comes Bricado for Birmingham. Sends one in deep. Taken there by Sam Hunter. Wraps one off the glass. Carter will pick it up for the Bulls. Sent in by Jendenov. Carson Rose has it. He'll play it behind the net. He's hit there by Huntsville, and Rose has the puck. Carter near side. He had, at least Rose has it poked away by Kilcheski, and Carter will give chase back in his own zone to reset the play. Kozicki back on him. Chase Carter with the puck, drops it back for partner Ryan Romeo. Carter takes it ahead for Carson Rose. Looking for Gillespie, gets free and clear, but they'll call offside on the play. There was no linesman on the blue line. I'm not quite sure how they made that call from the center ice stripe, but they did. They called it offside.
I don't know about the offside, but that was a heck of a play from Rose going off that back wall, and Gillespie picking it up off his back heel coming in. He was all alone in on Milasek, had that not been offside. So great look there for the Bulls.
Davis Ross has it for Birmingham, wraps it around behind Milasek. Puck played through center ice, now knocked down by Birmingham, but Sinukovic picks it up for Huntsville for Pearl. Pearl hit by Donahue. Piacentini has it. Sends one in, blocked aside by Stewart. Loose puck picked up by Birmingham, and back we come. Donahue ahead for McTavish. Has Bethune with him. McTavish puts the brakes on. Sets it up for Donahue. A shot goes wide. Blocker side, wide. Huntsville takes the rebound, looking for Piacentini out of his reach. Colatarchi takes it for Birmingham. Deflected in by Donahue and wrapped around the boards by Milosek. Now Jendenov tries to keep it in, does. Dara picks it up for Huntsville. He'll drop it back and set the play. Pearl ahead for Holland. Holland looking for a place to go, gets it. Tries to set up himself as far as Martinson goes. Couldn't reach it, puck goes out of play, face off at center ice.
Well, I tell you what, Colatarchi really brings a level of confidence back there on the end. And there's a guy who's just defensively solid, doesn't panic. The puck's bobbling around on him a little bit. He just pulls it down, contains it, makes a good play, and transitions it down into Huntsville's zone.
He's very fast and quick, too, on his skates. Nice to see from a defenseman. Now an offside will be called on Huntsville. They'll bring the faceoff back. It's rare to find that, at least in the SPHL level, when you get a defenseman that can play solidly in his own zone but still have the maneuverability and the speed to get involved offensively as well.
Well, that's the thing, especially this time of year when you're bringing in a new guy, and especially for him. Simchuk knew exactly what he was bringing in with that guy because he's played up to the bill tonight for sure.
Off the draw, Procopio takes it for Huntsville, and he'll send it into the Bulls zone. Turchiev back to play it, takes the hit from Martinson. Jendenov back as well. Puck along the boards, tied up. Picked up by Birmingham. Bricado has it in his skates. Comes through center ice. Now a penalty is going to be coming up, a slash. Looks like this is going on to Rob Dara, slashing on Huntsville as he took a slash to Bricado. And with 17-17 to go in the third period, Birmingham on the third power play of the night.
And you know, Jody, you talk about the importance of coming into a third period like this, and whether you're Birmingham or Huntsville, you know, undisciplined actions like that, just a little sidewall play, Bricado going after a puck, one hand on a stick. You just can't take that chop at a stick like that and take this penalty.
That was a good call. I'm not so sure about the Chase Carter penalty. I'm still wondering why that's interference. But Birmingham on the power play. Bethune takes it away from Huntsville. Behind the net is played. Jordan Martin has it. Up top for Rose. Far side, Turchiev, look out. Keeps it alive. Nukovic almost picked his pocket. Carson Rose has it. Sends one looking for a deflection, goes high and wide. Now Carson Rose has it. Banned on the shot. Still has control of the puck, though. Far side is sent for Michael Gillespie. Backhands one out for Martin. I believe he was looking for Turchiev, but Martin takes it. Now Turchiev has it just inside the blue line. For Carson Rose in front, looking for a deflection from Bethune. Couldn't get there. Now loose puck picked up by Michael Gillespie. We're down to a minute 15 to go on the power play. 16:30 in the period. Carson Rose, top of the face-off circle, shot. Glove save made by Milosek, and he'll hold on. If there was a stiff glove on that one, he didn't show it. He held on.
Good job there by the Bulls, moving that puck around up top, getting the guys from Huntsville moving around, trying to shift that box and find a seam to the far side. You've seen Rose looking a couple times over there across the seam at Gillespie on the far side, but they're saving that one for a breakdown in Huntsville, and we'll see if we can't see that coming up here with the next group.
A minute 9 to go on the power play for Birmingham. Their third of the night, 0 for 2 so far on the power play. A big power play goal here would really set nice for Birmingham as Hayden Stewart behind his own net plays it. Birmingham skates it out of their own zone. Ryan Romeo ahead for Bricado. Has Donahue with him. Bricado can't get past Palmer, and the loose puck is cleared by Huntsville. Taken by Derek Pearl. He'll send it down where it's played by Papalardo in his own zone. Bricado takes it. Skates through center ice. 30 seconds to go on the power play. Bricado looks for Jendenov. Couldn't find him. Derek Pearl intercepts the pass. Now loose puck picked up by Birmingham. Kozicki takes it for Huntsville and backhands one the length of the ice and down to the last 20 seconds of the power play. If we hurry, we have one more chance for the rush. Ryan Romeo skates ahead, clears the blue line, draws it for Fakes the shot, gives it for Romeo. Return to Brierly, one-time save made. Down to 2 seconds to go. That'll do it for the power play for Birmingham as Derrer is back on the ice. Birmingham now 0 for 3. Good scoring chance there, but just didn't work out. Brierly behind Stewart. Plays it ahead for Chase Carter. Carter looking for Dylan Johnson. Almost had him. Johnson will play the puck with Procopio in the corner. Phillips ahead for Fader. For Phillips. Knocked away. A nice play by Chase Carter. Gives it up. Dylan Johnson brings it right back in. Johnson had it taken away by Phillips. Still loose behind the net. Johnson fighting hard for the puck there. Taken away by Clark and sent through center ice. Fader, his Carter knocks him down. Birmingham picks the loose puck up. Now Josh Fader forechecking. He'll come off the ice for a line change. Birmingham clears the zone. Back into the Huntsville zone it goes where Derek Pearl will grab it for Huntsville. Both teams changing lines. Derek Pearl behind his own net sets it up for Nukovic. Nukovic brings it into the Bull zone, looking in front for Fisher. It bounced off a Bull stick, and Jordan Martin takes it for Birmingham. Ahead for Michael Gillespie. Rose taken down, no call. Rose in front. Martin looked for a deflection up there. Look out. Nukovic takes the head-manning pass in on a breakaway. Nukovic score. Well, that's all it takes is one mistake and one person out of position, and a long head-manning pass that 30 years ago would have been illegal results in a Cy Nukovic breakaway, and it's a 2-1 hockey game.
Well, and you saw Nukovic playing the slow game on his way coming back, caught down in the Bulls' offensive zone to start with, but he intentionally came back slow behind Birmingham's D. Birmingham had an opportunity coming down across here. Rose ran into some confusion and got a stick in the face across the blue line, pulled him up, and Huntsville made no mistake hitting Nukovic with the pass, came down 1-on-0 on Stewie and just buried it top glove.
That was 106 minutes and 1 second of scoreless shutout hockey for Hayden Stewart. Taken away. Now, more importantly, a 2-1 hockey game turns into a battle now with 13:50 to go in this game. Anything can happen. Huntsville plays it. Kilcheski has it just inside the blue line. Gives it up for Barber. Penalty coming up on Birmingham. And all of a sudden, a 2-0 lead with a power play. Looking good. Turns into a 2-1 lead for Birmingham. Now you have to kill a penalty as Papalardo is going off.
And once again, Huntsville doing the same thing that Birmingham was doing in the first two periods in front of the net. Being tough in front of the net, causing confusion. Papalardo coming down to protect the house. Got tied up there, just held on a little bit too long, and the ref didn't like it, and he's down for 2.
Birmingham has the 9th best penalty kill in the league. Not what you want at 77%, but nothing could be more important than this penalty kill. Face off in the Bull zone. Comes Freeze, taken by Derek Pearl. For Piacentini. Brierly and McTavish defensively waiting on him to make a move. Gives it up. Derek Pearl has it. Near side, Cy Nukovic down low in front. Played for Fisher. He couldn't get the stick to cooperate with him and get the shot off Birmingham. Good job, clears the zone. All the way down the length of the ice. Picked up by Derek Pearl. Pearl drops it back for Nukovic. We're down to 1:30 to go in this power play. Nukovic gains the Bull zone. Down low, Piacentini plays it along the boards. McTavish tries to take the puck away from Nukovic. Can't do it. Played around the far boards. Derrer has it. Rob Derrer. Backhands one for Derek Pearl. Fakes the shot. Now winds one up. Never got through, and the puck is cleared by McTavish the length of the ice. 1 minute to go in this power play. Milasek plays it for Phillips. Trey Phillips. As Birmingham changes penalty killers. Phillips through center ice, dumps it, near corner. Carson Rose back, gets there first, look out, he sent it in front. Luckily Birmingham was there and cleared the puck the length of the ice. I do not like any pass in front of my goaltender. Clark wraps one around the boards for Huntsville. Hayden Stewart takes it and clears the puck himself. Good play, helping yourself out, Stewart. The length of the ice. We're down to 30 seconds to go in this power play. Derek Holland ahead for Kyle Clark. Ryan Romeo back in front of him. Clark loses the puck, A pass was deflected by Gillespie. If he could have kept that in play, he may have been off to the races. Now Kulzicki, just for some reason, comes in on Gillespie as he was skating to the bench and gives him a shot in the jaw.
Well, if you're Huntsville, you would take that trade-off all day long, Kulzicki for Gillespie, definitely. And that's something that the Bulls do not want to get involved in. You do not want to lose any of your top guys to Casey Kulzicki, who's out there to stir things up.
Now Kulzicki barking at referee Keith Grooms, who may be sending him off for that. No, I guess he's just getting a drink of water, but I still haven't figured out exactly what set Casey Kulzicki off. Look, I met the kid before the game. Seemed like a really nice guy. He doesn't play the same way that he talked to me, though.
Wow. And that's Kulzicki's game, though. You know, he's that grinder, power forward type guy. His job is to go out there and disrupt and use his speed and get under people's skin. And you know, if push comes to shove, he'll be dropping the gloves before the end of the night. But you know, if you're Gillespie for the Bulls, not something you're looking to get involved in a 2-1 game with 12 minutes left.
Off the draw, 20 seconds to go on the power play for Huntsville. Phillips sends one wide, kept in by Huntsville. Martinson with the puck. We're down to 10 seconds to go in the power play. Behind the net for Fader. Carter chips it away from him. 5 seconds to go in the power play. Behind the net, Carter takes it away. Tries to get it out, can't. Fader keeps it in. Behind the net, played by Birmingham. Birmingham has killed the penalty. Papalardo out of the box, takes the puck. Sets one up for Bethune. He can't control the pass. Gives one up. McTavish has it now. Bethune trailing. McTavish couldn't backhand one in front. Takes a hit from Dar. Birmingham's Ryan Romeo one-timer. Save made. Loose puck in front. And it's covered up by the defenseman. Kilcheski still loose in puck. Papalardo couldn't wrap it in. Milasek now gives a shot to him. Papalardo almost had an open net. Kilcheski checking the number of that truck that hit him as he was down on the ice trying to poke the puck away from him. Kilcheski have it covered up, but you can't do that.
Nope, definitely can't do that one. And I think Milasek took exception there to some of the aggressiveness of the Bulls trying to get him to get up off that puck. But in that situation, you know, either the defenseman has to try and get up off the puck and move it somehow, but the smarter play is to just lay on it, take the abuse, and, you know, Milasek, stop the puck. Don't worry about, let your players take care of the business and keep your head in the game.
That puck actually went into the net as I'm looking at the replay. The whistle blew, though, before that. Papalardo was right there, would have been credited with the goal. This is going to be an interesting last 11 minutes to go in this game. 2-1 Birmingham. Papalardo has it, gives it for Mercado. Can't get the shot off. Piacentini takes it for Huntsville. Nukovic takes the puck again on the breakaway save made by Stewart. That puck got past Turchiev and found its way to Cy Nukovic again on the breakaway. This time Stewart shuts the door. Nukovic has the puck, brings it in. Piacentini was ahead of the play, and they'll call offside. He doesn't like the call, but the whistle blew, and the puck will come for a face-off outside of the Bull zone. What happened on that play? Did it just get away from Turchiev?
Just the pass came across. Nukovic doing his thing. That's what he's doing. He's looking to open up through the neutral zone, get in behind the D, and just handcuff Turchiev moving forward. He turned and tried to get it and just went between his skate and his stick as he was skating backwards trying to get back in the play.
Huntsville sends the puck in the Bull zone back to get it Turchiev, along with Kulcheski there. Pearl takes a shot. Blocker save made by Stewart into the netting behind him. This is getting to be an interesting way. I don't think that Kulzicki is through with stirring the you know what. He's a pot stirrer. He's sandpaper, and he does his role well.
And that's exactly it. The biggest thing for Bulls is stand up for yourself, give it like you take it, and get out, keep your feet moving, and keep going with the hockey game.
Kulzicki on the draw. Puck picked up by Brierly, can't get it out. Barber keeps it in, far face-off circle, sends a shot wide. Now Rose backhands one clear for Gillespie. Drops it back for Jordan Martin. Martin for Brierly. Return, takes it around the near net. Gillespie takes a hit there on to Pearl. Carson Rose with it with a shot. Goes high. Bounce off the boards back into the neutral zone where Colatarchi takes it for Birmingham. 10 minutes to go, third period. Birmingham clinging to a 2-1 lead as Artur Turchiev loses the puck. Kozicki takes it away, has Barber with him. Kozicki looks for him in front. Nice play by Colatarchi to break that pass up, and the puck finds its way to Stewart, who holds on.
Another great play by Colatarchi. We keep saying his name for those defensive plays, and I tell you what, he's been lights out tonight.
Artur Turchiev having a rough go of it here in the third period. That's 3 times that the puck has found its way to him and he couldn't control it, resulting in Huntsville scoring chances.
Well, and those are the things. You talk about opportunities, and same thing in football to make that contrast. It's all about which quarterback throws the less interceptions and turnovers, and that's the key to this game so far. And the Huntsville's definitely picking up the pace a little bit. They're a little bit more chippy, but one-on-one puck battles, and they're playing that little bit. They're trying to expose Birmingham where it is, and in Turchiev, they're looking to get in behind him.
Yeah, they're looking to attack him, it seems like. Anytime they're bringing the puck in the neutral zone, it seems like they find him and trying to go either around him or through him or over him with the puck. So he's going to have to really be conscious of his responsibilities defensively here and not worry about the offensive game. It'll come to him. Off the draw. Clark takes it for Huntsville. Skates around the net. Colatarchi on him. Clark puts the brakes on. He'll try and walk in front. Davis Ross picks the loose puck up for Dylan Johnson. Far boards, Dylan Johnson takes a hit from Martinson. Loose puck picked up by Bethune. Still loose in the Huntsville zone. Kilcheski takes a hit from Johnson. Turnover results, but Jared Bethune will bring it in for Birmingham. Bethune takes the shot, pad save. Rob Dare picks the fat rebound up and skates away with it. Colatarchi back defensively. Colatarchi goes down, but still takes the puck away. Picked up far side, Procopio. Procopio looks for a place to go. Bottom of the face-off circle, down low, Martinson has it. Wraps one out in front, nobody there. Dylan Johnson skates away for Donahue. Scott Donahue. And Dylan Johnson was a step or two ahead of the play offside. Now Johnson and Dare go at it. He didn't like what happened. Now Donahue comes in, and here we go. That play started with Donahue not liking how it was made, or he was hit after the whistle blew. He came in. Then his buddy Donahue comes in as well. I didn't see any punches being thrown, but I know the gloves are off. Procopio trying to break free from the linesman. He was one that was involved with Donahue and Dower. And he's going to toss Procopio. He's telling him get off the ice. Procopio looks like he wants a piece of Scott Donahue, still barking at him. Procopio is going to be escorted off the ice with 8:52 to go in this hockey game.
Well, and that's a situation there, Jody, where you look at the number of gloves that are on the ice. That's how I always kind of look to see about how did this one shake out. And there was 2 sets of Birmingham gloves, 2 sets of Huntsville gloves, and then Derek Pearl just mysteriously drops his gloves and grabs a hold of another guy. I don't get that play. So it'll be interesting to see what the refs call here. And but initially I thought it was just going to be Donahue and Durar doing their business and finishing the physical play in the corner.
Well, I don't know how he's going to sort through this. I do know Procopio was escorted and told immediately, get off the ice, go to the locker room. I haven't seen any Bulls exit the ice yet. So we'll wait for the call and how things will sort themselves out. I don't believe anybody's going to get a man advantage out of this, although who knows? Who knows? I mean, the last thing I've been able to do this year is figure out what's going on sometimes with the officiating. So with that said, Dower is in the penalty box for Huntsville. And I know Donahue is as well for Birmingham. I'm not sure who that is sitting beside him. My eyes don't allow me to see that far. I think it's Dylan Johnson. That's who was originally involved in the play. Johnson may not be a large guy, but he is not going to back down from anybody. He has really earned his spot on this hockey team.
Well, and that's what we talked about earlier about these guys just stepping up. But you don't have to go out there and, sandpaper's good to have, but what I'm looking for is a guy who, when he goes out there, he goes into the dirty places, and when he's presented with a situation that you've got to stand up for yourself and you just take a shot like he did right there in the corner, you know what? He's going to stand up. Doesn't matter how big the other guy is. He's like, hey, let's do this.
As the referee still tries to sort through the penalties, Piacentini and Bricado awaiting explanation. Bricado, an assistant captain, still Birmingham's captain Mike Davis out of action, and has been for some time now. Bricado, as well as Jared Bethune, the assistant captains for Birmingham, stepping up in his place in situations like this. Taking a while to do this. I don't know. I see Birmingham's got a penalty up on the board, a minor to Dylan Johnson. I can understand that. I don't know if it's coincidentals. I don't know if that's the extra minor. It looks like Huntsville may get out of this with a power play. Again, I can't question. I wasn't down there. I didn't see everything. I'm standing in my chair trying to get at least a view of what was going on. But I don't see how all four of them does it, at the very least, get all 2 minutes for roughing.
Wow, and that's the thing. There wasn't really anybody squaring off or anything like that. The gloves did come off, but to call that, 5s and 5s for fighting, I'm more on your side of it. Give them deuces and go ahead. But from, what we could see from up here, I didn't see the extra 2, so it'll be interesting to see what the call is on that.
He may get a 2 minutes for an instigator type penalty because he was the first one to go in and after the whistle was blown. But again, remember, Procopio was escorted off the ice and told to hit the locker room. So I don't know if maybe he got a misconduct without getting a minor penalty, maybe. Either way, they're still discussing it. And I know that the referees will eventually have to come to both benches to discuss it and explain their calls that were made. 5 for fighting and a game misconduct for Procopio. Dara gets 5 for fighting. Dylan Johnson gets a minor for cross-checking and fighting, 5 for fighting. And Donahue gets the 5 for fighting, so Birmingham gets the extra minor penalty in this. Can't argue with it. Dylan Johnson did come in and cross-check, and that's how it's all started.
Interesting choice there with Procopio getting 5 in a game, but we pick up the extra minor.
Yeah.
So my question to that would be, what was the game for?
He must have said something to one of the officials, or I don't know. You've been on the ice when a situation like that occurs where you got a melee going on with a pile of players. Is it possible to do something with your stick or do something you're told specifically maybe not to do to get a misconduct?
Well, perhaps it was the initial cross-check that he took exception to, and then kind of when the refs come in, what you're supposed to do is if you're not going to go and it doesn't just turn out into an all-out fight, and they say, okay, boys, break it up. If one guy continues, and I'm wondering if that's what Procopio didn't do, because you could see he was definitely, when everything kind of broke up, he was the one the most wound up and,
he was very upset for sure. Bear Jendenov will serve the minor penalty for Dylan Johnson because he was also assist of 5. So power play time just underway for Huntsville. We're down to 8:45 to go in the third period. Huntsville on their third power play of the night, 0 for 2 so far. Big penalty kill for Birmingham, to say the least. Derek Pearl skates in over the zone, drops it for Barber. Barber, far near side for Nukovic. Nukovic down low, backhands one out to the point for Pearl. Derek Pearl, deflected by Papalardo, and Birmingham clears the zone. Pearl has to retreat. He'll step behind his own net. A minute 25 to go in the Huntsville power play. Nukovic with the puck through center ice, drops it for Piacentini. Gives it up for Barber. Near side Nukovic, winds, fires, save made, rebound loose. Sent around the boards by Carter, not out. Bethune can't get it away. Jacob Barber backhands one behind the net, played by Piacentini. Piacentini and Colatarchi fighting for it. Now another penalty coming up. I believe this is going to be a cross check on Colatarchi. And just like that, a two-man advantage is coming up for Huntsville with 52 seconds remaining on the original call to Barber. Colatarchi gets called for the cross-check in the corner.
Yeah, and before that cross-check in the corner, I'll tell you, that was a heck of a play by Colatarchi to pull that puck down out of midair to stop it from going behind the net to Barber on the backside from Piacentini, but then followed it up with a cross-check right in front of the referee, and that, that's just a no-brainer there. The ref has to make that call.
Well, we got a 5-on-3 power play now for Huntsville for another 52 seconds, providing no other penalties are called. Now in front of the Bulls bench, Kozicki having words with Mercado. Keith Grooms, the official, trying to separate everybody, still giving instructions as to what's happening, what's not. Now Grooms going over to the box himself.
Yep. Timeout Huntsville.
Timeout Huntsville. Starting to get to be a strange ending to this hockey game. I mean, 5-on-3, you kill this, you can just about do anything, but as soon as I say that, 30 seconds after they kill that, you could give up a goal then.
Well, and coming into this for the Bulls, you're in a situation here where, they're going to have their top guns out there, and you're going to have Piacentini on the back post. You're going to have to account for him. And probably what you're going to see the Bulls set up here is just a simple triangle. They'll apply medium to low pressure at the top and just try and put as many bodies and sticks as they can in the shooting and passing lanes. Hope for a fumble on Huntsville's side and clear the zone and kill as much of this first one off as you can, and then get back into the 4-on-4 and run your wedge +1.
Turchiev is out to kill this 5-on-3 penalty along with Brierly and Mercado. Nukovic on the draw opposite Mercado. Puck is dropped at the skates, picked up by Phillips. Phillips near side. Jacob Barber skates through the slot for Nukovic. Drops it down low for Piacentini. Now Barber wrist one, deflected, save made by Stewart, loose puck. Barber keeps it alive for Huntsville. We're down to 30 seconds to go in the two-man advantage. Trey Phillips drops it back for Nukovic. Cycles it far side. Trey Phillips. Near face-off circle in front, looking for Piacentini's deflection. Couldn't go, and a nice play by Turchiev. Sprawled out on all fours, on his belly, basically cleared the zone. We're down to 10 seconds to go in the two-man advantage. Phillips tries to get through, does. Barber sends it far side where Nukovic has it. 2 seconds to go in the two-man advantage. Now Barber has it. They've killed one off. Down low it's played. Fisher had it. Couldn't get the shot off. Loose puck behind the net. Birmingham trying desperately to clear. Puck comes along the near boards. We're down to 56 seconds to go in the power play. Nukovic in front. Fisher had a whack at it. Couldn't do it. And Birmingham clears the zone. Jendenov. Penalty killing needed a desperate change for Birmingham. Getting some fresh bodies on the ice. Now taken into the zone. Kozicki has it. He's hit by Carter. Puck comes free. Martinson wraps it around the board. Papalardo giving chase. Picked up by Birmingham, and it gets past Kilcheski into center ice. We're down to 25 seconds to go. Birmingham desperately trying to kill this power play off. Kilcheski has it. Has Holland with him. Kilcheski brings it in. Puck taken away from him. Papalardo couldn't clear. Martinson has it. Martinson gives it up for Holland. Near side. Kilcheski shot, save made, rebound loose, and Birmingham clears. We're down to 2 seconds. Birmingham has killed a two-man advantage, and here comes Ryan Romeo. Picks a loose puck up, shot, save made. Rebound in the near boards. Romeo has it. Gives it for Carson Rose. Rose gives it up. Back to Ryan Romeo. Birmingham with a huge penalty kill of a 2-man advantage for almost a minute. Tipped into the zone by Carson Rose. Pearl on him. Rose taken away by Fader. Ahead for Piacentini. Davis Ross back defensively for Fader. In the corner. Big play there taken by Colatarchi. Now Ross takes his man out. Loose puck behind the net. Nukovic has it. Off the boards played. Far side Palmer for Derek Pearl. Pearl with a shot blocker save made by Stewart, and Birmingham Gillespie takes the rebound and clears the zone. We're down to 4:40 to go here in the third period. Birmingham 2, Huntsville 1. Now Gillespie touched it up and a late whistle goes. As Gillespie had the puck in the corner, whistle blew. Were they calling that an offside?
They called the offside on a high dump, and Carson Rose was right there. Hard to say because that puck was 25 feet in the air, but
they waited to blow the whistle until he was in the corner and touched.
Well, they have to give Carson Rose time to clear,
Okay.
but Carson Rose being ahead of the play, he didn't see the linesman raise his hand, so he had no idea. And with the crowd excitement and noise you have going on in here right now, Carson Rose just went to finish it. Gillespie took a shot on net. And like I said, it was just one of those plays that was a delay high up in the air and judged to be slightly offside.
I have to admit, I was surprised when it was a 5-on-3 to start that 5-on-3 advantage to see Artur Turchiev on the ice for Birmingham to kill a penalty. He's more of an offensive player than he's known for defensive, but he made a great play and saved Birmingham at least in one situation by sprawling out on the ice, extending his stick and clearing the zone.
Well, and that's the thing, and for Turchiev, with his offensive style, up in the neutral and offensive zone, that's when that stuff comes out. But I'll tell you what, in the last few games, he has really made some big plays in the defensive zone that we really didn't see at the start of the year. So great job for him, and going that extra mile to make that play on a huge kill for the Bulls is exactly what it's going to take the Bulls here to wrap this one out.
Huntsville on the draw, wins it. Trey Phillips ahead, looking for Barber off his stick, comes into the corner, played by Taylor Brierly. Fisher on him. Blocks the pass. Loose puck still behind the net. Fought for there by Brierly and Jendinoff for Birmingham. Fisher for Huntsville. Comes free for Taylor Brierly. Off the boards looking for Bricado. Gets past him. Picked up by Papalardo. Papalardo in front. Looking for Jendinoff. Just missed him. Puck picked up far boards. Jendinoff tries to keep it in. Does. He'll play it back in on goal. Milasek leaves it for Phillips. We're down to 4 minutes to go in the period. 2-1 Birmingham. Kyle Clark looking for Holland. Finds him off the stick of Bethune. Can't get the shot off. Deflected by Birmingham, and back comes Carson Rose. Rose brings it into the zone. Couldn't get the shot off. Good defensive play by Huntsville prevents it. Still in the Huntsville zone. Carson Rose has it. Looking for Bethune out in front. Intercepted by Huntsville. And back comes Martinson. Martinson has his pocket picked by Rose. Bethune tries to catch up with it. It's taken away from him by Kulzicki. Casey Kulzicki, former Bull, in front of his own net. Down to 3.5 to go in this period. Gets the skates going. Kulzicki brings it into the Bull zone. Still has it. Takes a shot, stick aside by Stewart. Now takes a hit by Colatarchi. Loose puck picked up by Birmingham. They'll send it down the ice. No icing. Kolcheski has it. Bethune slow to get up for Birmingham. Gets to the bench. Now it's sent into the Bull zone. Played by Stewart for Ryan Romeo. Under 3 to go, third period. Romeo behind his own net. Piacentini out in front. Off the stick. I thought it was off the stick of Gillespie, but they ruled no. So the icing is called on Birmingham. And the faceoff will come back in the Birmingham zone. Now Rob Derrer gets to come out of the penalty box after that stoppage. He's a big offensive weapon for Huntsville. So with 2:46 to go, a 2-1 lead for Birmingham. Now Birmingham's players come back. Dylan Johnson along with Scott Donahue. Everybody's at full strength now. We're playing 5-on-5. At what point, if you're Huntsville, do you think about pulling your goaltender for an extra attacker?
I'd probably say about a minute and a half.
All right, 2:46 to go. Face off in the Bull zone. Chase Carter gets it. I don't like it. Slid it across the crease, but Gillespie has it. Gillespie takes a shot. I thought that was going to be an offside. Glove by Milasek, and he'll drop it for Nukovic, who sends it into the Bull zone. Romeo gloves it. Nukovic has it. Back for Pearl. Piacentini takes it. Romeo has it away from him. Carter tries to give chase. Piacentini on him. Picked up by Derek Pearl. Tried to play it behind the net for Piacentini. Jordan Martin takes it away from him and sets up Romeo. Ahead for Gillespie. Had Rose streaking, didn't see him. He just deflects it into the neutral zone, and Pearl brings it in ahead of the play. So offside is called on Huntsville.
Good job there by the Bulls. Rose had a lane, and he was going for it. And when he identified that the chip to him just didn't make it through, he didn't keep going and have a big curl and go for what I call a public skate in the neutral zone. He hit the brakes and got back and made Huntsville force that puck across the blue and put him offside.
All right, face off outside the Bulls zone. Jared Bethune wins it, sends it for Turchiev. Back in the Huntsville zone is play. Kyle Clark, far boards, picked up by Cy Nukovic. Through center ice. Behind the net, Stewart plays. The net is empty. Milasek is out. Extra attacker off for Huntsville. Dara sends it around the boards. Piacentini has it for Phillips. Phillips takes a shot off the post. Deflected high and wide. Empty net for Birmingham. There's Jared Bethune. Empty net. He shoots. He scores! Bethune took the pass when it was taken off the post. Huntsville actually hit the post. The rebound went behind the net. Now Nukovic is saying, what are you talking about? That was in the net. I don't know. I heard the post. I heard it ring off the post, and then one pass later, Bethune's at center ice with the puck and an empty net in front of him. And that's the 3-1 lead for Birmingham. We'll watch it on the replay here. Well, that's just the empty net goal. I want to see the shot by Huntsville previous to that set that play up for Bethune. Nukovic really arguing about this. He's convinced that puck was in the net and not just off the post.
Well, and that's one of those situations, Jody, where if you don't see the light go on and the ref doesn't blow the whistle, you got to keep your feet moving and keep playing. And everybody in Huntsville kind of straightened up like they all thought it was in the net. And that just left an easy clear and open net opportunity for the Bulls to go up 3-1 with 1:29 here left in the third.
Not much they can do about it now. Nukovic still unhappy about it, talking with Papalardo. Just 10-15 seconds after Milasek left the net for an extra attacker, Birmingham puts it in the open net. I won't say seals the victory because there's still 1:25 to go, but feeling much better now about the situation and the game. Puck in the Huntsville zone. Mercado can't keep it in. Dare sends it ahead for Piacentini, taken from him by Davis Ross, who just happy to clear the zone. We're down to 1:10 to go in the third period. Rob Dare brings it in. He's hit, or excuse me, that was a play by Papalardo to take it away. Dare sends it right back in. 1 minute to go as Davis Ross clears the zone. Papalardo has it for Jendanov. Dare takes it away from him, sends it out through the neutral zone. Piacentini can't do anything with it. Derek Pearl will try it now. Palmer for Dare. Off the stick of Kozicki. Played by Stewart behind his net. Kolatarchi plays it. For Rose through center ice. Martin lost his stick, gives it up. Kilcheski has it for Kozicki. Back out of the net again is Milasek for an extra attacker. We're down to 20 seconds to go. Empty net for Huntsville. Why not? Davis Ross has it. He just lifts one to center ice to clear the zone, not looking to score. Kozicki turns it right back in. We're down to 10 seconds to go. That's going to do it. Kilcheski takes it for Huntsville in his own zone. Kolatarchi has it. He lifts one the length of the ice, goes well wide of the net. And the horn sounds, the whistles blows, and Birmingham picks up a huge 3-1 lead over the Huntsville Havoc tonight here in Pelham. More importantly, Birmingham prevents Huntsville from getting any points tonight, taking the win in regulation and keeping Huntsville off the board totally tonight.
And that's the key here, especially when they look at that win percentage and things like that. You did not want this game, if you're Birmingham, going into a tie or overtime or an overtime loss, shootout, keep it clean. You get that big 2 points, but that win percentage is going to be key here and sets you up for a scenario going into a huge game tomorrow night in Huntsville.
Huge to say the least. If Birmingham can somehow find a way just to get a point out of tomorrow night, they come away with this smelling like a rose. After this, they'll get on the bus tomorrow and go for that all-important game in Huntsville, and from what I understand, it'll be a sellout crowd waiting for that. It's going to be an exciting hockey game. Tonight was a lot of fun, and I know that the tempers were almost about to flare. The excitement was in the air, and the intensity is going to be picked up even more so tomorrow night in Huntsville. So that'll do it. Greg, it was fun. We'll come back here again next week. But for tomorrow night, if you want to watch, pick it up on Hockey TV. And I think that's the only way you'll be able to get the game is on Hockey TV. For Birmingham, the next time we have next time we're at home will be March 30th as Evansville comes back to town. Out of town scoreboard tonight. Quad Cities leading Peoria 1-0 with 26 seconds to go in that game. And if they can hold on somehow and win that game with Peoria, Birmingham finds itself just 1 point out of first place overall in the SPHL. 1 point. Going to be an interesting finish to the season. All right, Greg, it was fun. Until next week, thanks, everybody. Join us again. Final score from Pelham, Birmingham 3, Huntsville 1. Thanks for joining us, everyone.